Hello students, welcome back to the video lecture on computer organization. In the previous video, I explained about the different addressing modes. There, we have assumed that the data on which these instructions operate are already stored in the memory, isn't it? So, we have to know the means by which the data are transferred between the computer memory and the outside world. This is nothing but inputting the data and outputting the data, isn't it? So input output operations are very essential and these are performed. The way in which these are performed will have a significant effect on the performance of a computer. The computer performance is now also dependent on the way in which the inputting and outputting operations take place. Okay, so let me explain the basic input output operations in this video. Okay, now let's consider an example of reading a character from a keyboard and producing a character output on the display screen. What I am doing, I am reading a character I am reading from the keyboard, and the same character I am displaying on the display screen. The most simplest way to perform this is by making use of program controlled IO. Let's check out. See, what I am having here is, in the diagram you can see we are having processor, we are having keyboard, that is input device, we are having display, that is output device, isn't it? So is that the keyboard speed, display speed and the processor speed or memory speed are same? What do you think? How the speed of the keyboard depends on? See, the speed of the keyboard depends on the rate at which the user is typing the keys from the keyboard. One of them may type very slow, one of them may type faster, isn't it? The keys are pressed by the user and the rate at which they are pressed will be deciding the speed of the keyboard, isn't it? So it may be few characters per second. At the maximum I can type few characters per second. Now about the display. From computer, the printing of the characters on the display can be done. How? At what speed it can be done? It can be 1000 characters per second. So the speed with which the printing or displaying is done from computer on the display device is little bit faster than that of the keyboard when I compare, isn't it? But this is also very much slower when compared with the speed of the processor, because a processor can execute millions of instructions per second. So processor is executing millions of instructions, okay, and our keyboard is processing, or it can work at a speed of only few characters per second, and display unit can process thousands of characters per second, isn't it? So now, what solution is there in order to synchronize the speed of these devices? Will it be fine if I leave the difference in the speed as it is? No. Why? See, whenever keyboard is typing, the processor will be wasting its time to wait for all the inputs whatever the keyboard is giving, and it is taking more amount of time to take the characters from the keyboard. The processor will be sending the datas or characters to the display very much faster, but the display can display only few characters and many may be lost, isn't it? So there should be a way in order to synchronize the speed of these, the processor, keyboard, memory and the display devices, isn't it? Now, what is the way? The simplest way, the first way what we have found is introduction of the buffer registers. What are used? Buffer registers are used. You can look at in the diagram, keyboard is associated with one buffer register called as data in, and display is given with data out as a data buffer register. Okay. Then I have two status registers, status bits, not registers, status bits. SIN is status bit, status input, okay, which is related to keyboard, and SOUT is one more status bit which is related to display, isn't it? So now what happens? Whenever the keyboard is typing the key from keyboard, if I am typing a key, if the character is written within the data in, if data in is full, if a valid character is placed in data in, it should be known to the processor. How it will be done? The processor will be observing, it will be checking for SIN bit. Okay. If SIN bit is set to 1, then processor will be taking the data. That operation we are doing. So, when this SIN bit will be 1? If data in buffer register is full. That means whenever a valid character is stored in the data in buffer register of the keyboard, then SIN bit will be set to 1. And when this SIN bit is set to 1, the processor will come to know that yes, a valid data is available, it has to be taken, and the processor will take all the data within the data in register. Now, this data in become empty because the data is read by the processor. That's why SIN bit automatically will be made 0. Again, I will type the characters and again it will be stored in data in. When data in becomes full, again SIN will be set to 1. Processor, upon looking at SIN as 1, it will read the content from data in again. So, this process continues for reading the data or characters which are typed from the keyboard. Okay. Now, what about outputting? See, processor has to send the characters, and we know the speed with which the processor is sending is very high and the speed with which the display is displaying is low. That is why the characters which is to be printed will be sent to the display and it will be stored in a buffer register called as data out. Okay. So, data out, when data comes in data out, display device has to display it. Fine. When display unit displays the data from the data out, it will set the S out to 1. The processor, again as it is checking SIN bit, in the same manner it will be checking S out also. Okay. When processor checks that S out is 1, what it will do? It thinks that yes, data out which is already stored is now displayed and it is empty, so other character can be sent. So, it sends one more data and again it will be placed in data out. Okay. Again S out becomes 0 because data is full now. It will be displayed. After displaying, S out becomes 1 again. Again processor checks S out as 1. Again it sends a character to the data out register. So, this is how outputting is done, and the same is shown in this instructions. See what is written here: read wait, that is the what I can say is label given. Okay. Branch to read wait, branch to read wait, same location it will be branched, means it will be under wait state if SIN is 0. See, when SIN will be 0, if no data is there in data in, then SIN is 0. Is that the processor can do the input operation now? No, because data itself is not present in data in, so it has to wait, right? That itself is written here. Read wait, wait for reading if SIN is equal to 0. Okay. Then if SIN is not 0, if it is 1, what is to be done? Next step is input the data from SIN to R1. Take the data whichever is there in data in buffer register and place it in R1. Now data in is empty, that is why again SIN becomes 0, fine, and it will be waiting. Again when character is placed in data in register, SIN becomes 1, again it will be collecting the data to R1. So, this is how read operation is done, that is instructions I have written. Then write operations using instruction, machine instructions is write wait is the label given. Branch to write wait means here within the same point it should be waiting if S out is 0. If S out is 0, it has to wait. When S out becomes 1, it has to output the content of R1 to data out. What in the first case I done? From data in, from keyboard I have saved it to R1. From same R1 it should be moved to display. What is there in display? Data out, isn't it? So, this is about the machine instructions, writing of the machine instructions. That means sentences, statements stating the way in which the read wait and write wait is done, and the same is depicted by using instructions. See, SIN bit, where this SIN bit will be? SIN bit will be the third bit in status register. We are having two registers called as in status register and out status registers. So, the third bit of in status register is nothing but SIN bit. As I told, processor will be continuously checking the SIN bit. If SIN is 0, it will be waiting. If SIN is 1, it will take the data from data in, isn't it? That is why the same is written here. Test bit, which bit it has to test? Third bit. Whose third bit? In status. In status is a register, the third bit of in status is nothing but sin. Okay, it has to test that. Branch if equal to 0, if that bit is 0, it has to read wait. If that has become 1, then move the byte data into R1. When sin becomes 1, what the processor will do? It will take the data from data in register and move it to R1. Understood? Then write operation can be done. Write wait test #3 comma out status. Out status is one more status register. The third bit of out status register is S out bit. Okay, it has to check out S out bit. Branch equal to 0, write wait. If S out bit is 0, it has to wait. If S out bit is 1, then what happens? It comes to know that yes, already everything is displayed and a new data has to be placed. New data will be moved and displayed onto the, yes, it will be kept onto the data out and further it will be displayed. Okay. So, this is how input and output operations are done. Okay. Thank you.